All right, folks, joining us now on the Malzberg panel. Bill Tucker, Newsmax TV contributor, is here with us, and Adam Thompson, senior partner at the law offices of Adam Thompson, criminal defense attorney and syndicated talk show host. And let me start with you, Adam, because you're the lawyer on the panel. We've been talking. We had Christina House Summers earlier, who's one of the 16 who signed on to say fire Lewandowski. And Jay Sekulow just was on with us, and he said, come on, this isn't even going to trial. What's your take on what you've seen on the video and the Lewandowski situation, especially when you throw in the mix that the prosecutor who charged him is allegedly, reportedly, on this committee to get Hillary elected?
Well, talk about charges that will be politically motivated. It doesn't get worse than this. But let's put that all aside. As a criminal defense lawyer, if this person came into my office and said, hey, listen, here's the allegations. I work for a politician who's running for president. He's under Secret Service surveillance and watch. It's our job to keep people away from him and maintain his security and safety, including reporters, including some reporters that might have been told not to get close or come near, that didn't listen and were previously warned. And in the process of doing my job, I reached out and grabbed some of these and moved them away to the side. Now, to be charged with assault, you have to show that there was an intentional touching, that you meant to do it, and there was no consent from the other person. So she's not consenting. He did intentionally touch her. Can he be charged? Potentially, but is it going to go anywhere? I say no, because he's doing his job for a presidential candidate. I don't think these should ever go anywhere other than just a discussion like we're having now. And if it is, then you know it's purely politics, purely political. This is not the kind of case that should go forward.
Bill?
Yeah, I do kind of agree with you, Adam, except that, you know, under no circumstances is it ever right just to grab, especially a woman, and grab her and toss her to the side. It's substantially different, though, from the story she told about being thrown to the ground. That never happened, so I don't quite understand why this thing moved forward like it did. Why didn't they just say, I'm sorry, Michelle? And she says, okay, and then it's over, Steve. I don't understand this.
Well, I don't, you know, he said he didn't even know that he never met her. He might never have ever met her and just considered her one arm that was on Trump and moved it aside and didn't even remember it. I mean, that could be. But look, we'll see how this plays out, and you know, time will tell, as they say. All right, and it turns out now, you know, this petition to have the RNC have guns, people carry guns at the RNC. A lot of people thought that that was a Republican initiative, but much like the report now that this prosecutor who charged Lewandowski is a Hillary supporter, big time, it also turns out that the guy who filed that petition to have guns be carried at the RNC is also a Democrat and a Hillary supporter, Adam.
Here we go again. The games continue. I tell you, this is just insane. You know, listen, everyone supports the Second Amendment, or at least should. And is this their idea of making a highlight that there's going to be gun-counting maniacs at the Republican convention? They want to show everybody carrying a gun there? I mean, come on. When is this kind of nonsense going to stop?
But, Bill, it's this organized effort to make, you know, the Republicans look bad, and turns out it's a Democrat.
Oh, this just shows how bad, just what rubes the Democrats are. This is great. I mean, this shows just how disconnected the Democrats are from the entire situation. All of the people signing it, or most of them anyway, were Republicans, were conservatives. They had no problem with it. Who has a problem with it? The nut job who filed the petition thinking it was going to be some kind of joke. It is. It's a joke on him.
All right, let's talk about hypocrisy on the left, guys. On one hand, you got the Saudi Arabian government, according to a report today, talks about how they're going to want to execute gay people who show their sexuality in public and online. Now, Hillary's Clinton Foundation has taken money from Saudi Arabia, I believe. If I'm wrong, I apologize, but I'm pretty sure about that. And, you know, and I haven't heard boo about this today, really, from the leftist media or anybody or gay groups. Haven't heard boo. Of course, Donald Trump is evil, and, you know, and then there's this North Carolina law and Georgia, which may pass the law that may override the governor's veto of the law, that is evil against gays, okay? So the governor of New York, who is welcoming people, New Yorkers and New York companies to go, and New York workers for New York to go to Cuba, is forbidding them from going to North Carolina. So you have, again, nobody saying anything about Saudi Arabia, what they want to kill gays, and you got Cuba, who's still jailing and torturing people, but that's okay with the left. Just don't go to North Carolina, Adam.
This shows the problem with politics today in America, that people have an ideology And if you truly believe it, it should be consistent across the board. That's what true character and integrity is all about. And we're bashing one group of people because we're saying they're anti this or anti that, but yet we're allies and do business with and acknowledge and fully support countries like Saudi Arabia, which are back in the Stone Ages involving individual rights.
I got to get Bill. Go ahead, Bill.
No, this is really fast. I mean, this is ridiculous. You don't go to North Carolina because you don't like their bathroom policy, and you go to Cuba even though he's a dictator and he tortures and kills the people who disagree with him. What's wrong with this picture,
It's
Steve?
hypocrisy 101, and an honest media where we wouldn't be the only ones talking about it. The whole media would be talking about it. But guys, great to have you both, Bill Tucker and Adam Thompson. Thank you very much. Up next, Andy McCarthy will be here to talk about Ted Cruz's policy on Muslims.